Welcome to My Hometown, the program that explores clubs, organizations, businesses, and issues across Nassau and Suffolk counties and sheds light on the different towns that are making a difference.
Hello and welcome to My Hometown. I'm Bill Horan, along with my co-host, Stacy Raine.
Bill, we live here in Nassau County, so when you think of vacations, you probably don't really think of Long Island as a place to go, right? Unless maybe for a staycation?
That's true for most people, but there's so much to do here in Nassau County that people should consider staycations, and even coming here for a vacation if you're listening from afar. And that's where our next guest comes in.
That's right. Today we're going to learn all about Nassau County Tourism, where they tell us that there is always more to explore, whether you're planning a family getaway, weekend staycation, or a quick afternoon away. Our guest, Jaime Hollander, who's the owner and managing director of RRDA, the ad agency that oversees Nassau County Tourism. She's going to tell us all about the organization and give us some ideas on how to relax right here at home.
Jaime, welcome to My Hometown on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Thank you so much.
Jaime, now we want to learn a lot from you today, so start telling us about Nassau County Tourism and what's the organization all about?
Yeah, that's a great question. So our agency represents the county for all tourism and promotions. So like you guys said, that's anything from vacations, staycations. We work very closely with everyone from the restaurants to the Museum Row, the beaches, lots of local organizations and small businesses. And our goal is really just like you said, to get the word out to locals, to folks in the city, folks coming here, planning a trip here, to make sure that they are making the most of their time in the county.
And what's your role? Do you walk around with a place card yelling, come to Long Island?
Sometimes I do. No, totally. I mean, we're marketers. We will do anything we need to do. So that's probably not out of the question. But no, so we recently launched a new site, NassauCountyTourism.com, which is, we hope, will be a go-to guide for locals, visitors, residents, of what to do, where to go, what to see. We've got tons of events, tons of evergreen, discounts and offers and all sorts of special things. And again, we're just trying to make it really easy for people to, again, make the most of their time here, whether they live here or just passing through.
Sounds great.
So tell me a little bit about you and how you came to know all things Nassau County Tourism. Yeah,
it's a great question. And I will admit there is so much here that I feel like I am still learning. Since we were brought into this campaign a couple of months ago, we've made it our goal to try something new in the county every weekend. And we are far from accomplishing all of it. I have lived here for about 8 years. My husband grew up here, though, so I've been coming out to the county for about 22 years. And, I've got 2 kids in the North Shore schools. And, we've always wanted to get out and about. But I think maybe this is just me, but I think I can speak for a lot of folks. You kind of get into your routine. You go to the same restaurants, you go to the same beach, the same museum, the same theater. And I think one thing, which is where sort of the tagline "More to Explore" came from, was there's so much more. If you live on the North Shore, you've got the South Shore and vice versa. And for every beach you've been to, there's 5 more that you haven't been to. So I think, again, the goal of the site is really to help people find, those hidden gems and those unique experiences and things they hadn't thought about before. And I think it's so eye-opening. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw, I feel like it was circulating on TikTok and Instagram. I know we posted it, the whales jumping out of the water at Long Beach the other day. And it never ceases to amaze me, and I know my team, just how much there is for any age, any interest, any time of year. And we just hope people will take the time to come check it out.
I was thinking before the show that if Long Island was someplace else, about 100, Jersey Shore, for instance, it was 100 miles away, we would be going there every weekend. We would get excited about the pancake houses, the beaches, the golf courses, the ponds, the hiking trails, the bicycle routes. But because it's close, it's like, it's close. We can go to it anytime.
Exactly.
And then 20 years passes and we never do.
Right.
I think that's so spot on. And I'm totally guilty of that, too. And that's why, again, this has pushed all of us to try new things, try new pancakes, try new golf courses.
Yeah.
They're my favorite at your diner. But I absolutely agree with that. I think, very often people in the city are coming through to the Hamptons. We kind of joke we're that much closer and have incredible beaches and food and shopping, as well. And so we're hoping, especially with the summer, upon us, and even fall, winter, spring, anytime that folks will kind of from the city will take the detour. People who are coming for a wedding or an event will stay an extra day or two. And, even staycationers. This past weekend, my family stayed at the Garden City Hotel for 2 nights. Oh. And we had family in town who was staying there too. We figured let's all stay together.
Yeah.
And I mean, what a blast. My kids are begging for this weekend. It's like, whoa.
We're not going to a hotel.
Not every weekend is a staycation. We have a house here. But I mean, you feel so far away. I mean, it's 20 minutes from my house, but there's the pool and the restaurants and the clothesline bacon and the different parks. It was wild.
And Stacey, for the advantage of us on Long Island, we can do this on the off times, and you have a young family that you can go with. So it can be weekdays. It can be on the off season even. If we find a space we like, perhaps even in the off season, it might be less expensive.
What a great day. Take a day off in the midweek.
I think Stacey's going to take you up on that.
I'm going to pick you up. Yeah, we're going to have a blast.
I'm so interested in your weekend excursions. You said you'll have a goal of every weekend doing something new. So is that like something big every weekend, or is it maybe just a restaurant? Like this is what I want to learn from you.
Yeah.
Tell me your ways.
Again, we're driving around. I'm going to show up. I know where you are now.
I like it.
One of the things we've been talking about, and I think like a perfect example. Can I name names?
You can
in a good way.
Do it
in a good way.
So perfect example. We're going to be posting on the site in the next couple of days, if it's not already up, about. What did we call it? We're calling it Destination Desserts.
Ooh,
so
you're speaking our language.
Yeah, right?
Look at us perk up with that.
We're all going to go together. You guys will be our influencers.
That sounds good.
Destination Desserts, we're calling it. And, one of the things, think about when you got on vacation. Like my family went to Cape May last summer. And what did we do? We ate like 1 billion desserts. People will go. They see things on Food Network. They see things on blogs, on TikTok. And so one of the places we're highlighting is Manny's Sweet Treats in Mineola.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. If you don't know
Write that down just real fast.
Look at his writing here.
These desserts are epic. I know you've got kids. Do not let them each get their own dessert. They will never even crack into it. I mean, the ice cream sundaes with the cotton candy on top and the chipwich and the lollipops. And this is
what I've been looking for.
Masterpiece.
Okay.
And that's something we might just go do that. We did do that recently.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. It's this cute little shop. It's been on Food Network. It's been everywhere. It's right in Mineola. And if you're coming, or if you just live here and don't know about it, hop by. We're also talking about in that same post, Hildebrands. That's near you.
Oh,
Hildebrands is very famous. Lots of movies and very old school. Super fun. The kids love it. So there's so many things like that. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but there's so many places that are just fun. And if you were visiting, like your Jersey Shore point is so perfect. Like we went to all of these little local dessert places when we go on trips. The kids want to do that.
Yeah.
So that's some of the stuff we've been doing. We've also been going to, again, I think we go to the same restaurants over and over and over. So we've been trying out new spots, with the kids, without the kids, with friends. There's so much just, going on. And so it doesn't have to be big. We went to 2 different playgrounds last weekend that we had never been to before. They love it. Last summer, we always joke, we regretted. We went to one of the public pools that was not our public pool. Mm-hmm. And it's like that moment of, oh my gosh, where was this all this time? And it's right there. But we just found it. So it is, again, whatever the interest, for bird watching, for foodies, for, the breweries are epic, out here. Mm-hmm. There's so much. It's just about kind of we're hoping to try to connect folks with the experiences they're looking for so they don't kind of take that one-dimensional approach to the county.
The good and the bad. Jamie is doing such a good job. I don't want to continue the show. I may leave you here and just go where was it?
Manny's?
We're going to get our calendars out. You're going to go to Manny's?
I may go to Manny's. You can meet me over there.
I'll drive you. Yeah.
Any of the places you mentioned. You're doing great as ambassador because
I love it here.
So psyched up that, I'm watching the clock and saying how much longer? I'll just leave Stacy and take off.
Go to Manny's, man. There's so many places like that. I mean, just recently we went to Freeport. So I'm on the North Shore. Mm-hmm. That's South Shore. It's not a place we've hung out a ton on the Nautical Mile, but man, what a spot, especially when it's warm. and we went to backyard barbecue.
Ooh.
And the owner write it down. And the owner, Kenny Ware, he is an amazing chef who took over this family business. They're opening a pizza place next door. Could not have been nicer. The kids were so into it. My older daughter's obsessed with chicken wings.
Nothing wrong with that. Perfectly
Nothing
good.
wrong.
That's good
and
food.
she said they were the best she'd had. So we did that. And then last weekend we actually had 22 people, and we went to Smokehouse in Garden City. That's near you.
Smokehouse, yes.
Okay.
Smokehouse. They have one in Hicksville as well. So we're just trying, and they have outdoor seating, which is so nice in the summer.
Oh, yeah.
So we've just really been trying, for us to get out, step out of our comfort zone, because how can we tell people to do that if we aren't?
Right.
But it's such an amazing place to live, but there's so much to do that it feels like, how can you even pack it into a weekend?
Right. But it also just, it sort of spices things up, right? When life, I feel like, everywhere you live, you spend your weekends doing laundry and cleaning the house and catching up. And before you know it, it's Sunday night and you have the Sunday scaries again
worst.
because, their week is starting and you haven't done anything fun. But here there's so much to do.
And we kind of joke, it's like, what's better when you leave your house in the morning and you have like a full day adventure,
right?
And you're checking out a new restaurant, and sort of you follow where the day kind of takes you. And I think it's so easy, to do that here. And then, you feel like you've had a real, weekend away. We just had some friends who did a surfing school at Long Beach, and they had never surfed before. They came out, they stayed at the Allegria Hotel in Long Beach, which is so beautiful. They have a rooftop pool, went to the beach, did the surfing school. Chair rentals were all set. I mean, everything. It was so fun. And it was one night. It was one night away from the city. And they went back and you feel refreshed.
Sometimes those things are really the best.
Best.
You remember them. It's funny. It's kind of a slice of life when you're doing it. Mm-hmm. But then years later, you remember that, that was so much fun.
Let's do
it again. And it's a one day or a 1.5 day or a weekend, something.
A thing you just do that's easy to do. You could plan it on a Friday.
We're having so much fun, we missed one of the breaks already.
Oh, no.
You're
Sorry.
doing too good a job.
Yeah, so we got to remind our listeners, you are listening to My Hometown on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm Stacy Raine here with Bill Horan, and today we are talking about Nassau County Tourism, where they tell us that there is always more to explore. Our guest is Jaime Hollander, the owner and managing director of RRDA, the advertising agency that oversees Nassau County Tourism.
Keep doing what you're doing, because you've got me
weird.
hungry. You've got me ready to walk out.
Yeah.
But are there lesser known things, or would there be something small that you might say, if you're passing this little town, no one knows of it, but the playground is great, or there's a pond, or the kids like to look at the ducks there?
It's such a good question. I mean, I would be remiss not to shout out. I live in Glen Head. I'd be remiss not to shout out to Tappan Beach. I think it's not a big beach like a Long Beach or a Tobay or Jones Beach. So it's a little beach, but they have an incredible little restaurant, Sunset Club, right on the beach. Ooh. Literally sit in the sand if you want. And there are two big playgrounds there, one on the sand and one on the grass, that my kids love. It's easy. There's always an ice cream truck. So just little things, that's a great one. I think, I know before we were chatting about Bayville. Mm-hmm. I love Bayville. Friends introduced us to Center Island, which has the bay side and the sound side. So you've got one side that's no waves, super calm, great for little kids, great for relaxing. Then you've got another side that has real waves so the kids can still go pretty far. Small, quick to get onto the beach. So that I was just joking with you guys, don't tell anyone, and I just told.
No, you did.
We'll have to cut that portion out. We have to cut that portion out.
But that's one of our favorites because it's not every time you want to what it's like, especially with kids at the beach. It's like you need a U-Haul. Mm-hmm. So it's nice to have something that's close, that's very easy, it's very accessible. And the downtown is adorable. We always go to Schultz's, which is super fresh seafood, this cute little spot. Jot it down. No,
you are really the woman to know.
It is such a cool spot. And there's boats. My kids just like watching the boats, go around. And it's these little towns you can stop by, and we've been really pushing folks towards that. Go to Oyster Bay for the day. Go to Merrick for the day. Go to Farmingdale or Sea Cliff or one of these spots with a great downtown, and just kind of see where the day goes.
And sometimes those downtown areas, you find a new place to eat, a new store that it might be a toy for the kids or a shirt or a sweatshirt that you like, or just an experience to say, wait, I want to come back here if you're a fisher person or a golfer or
Totally. We just had folks out this weekend doing Bethpage Black.
That's a golf course.
That's a golf course, yes.
Know it.
Ahead of the Ryder Cup is in 2025 at Bethpage Black, so we had some folks out there doing that. And while they were there, their spouses and the grandma and all the kids went to Museum Row. So that's also something we're seeing a lot is families coming in who are coming in for different reasons. Someone's coming into golf and someone else, they'll split up and do this, and this. But again, there's just so much to do, and it's very close. Top to bottom.
For Stacy's benefit, I'm just going to mention Bethpage Black is literally a world-class golf course. It's always up in the top 10. And people golf fanatics, if they want to play a course, and most of these courses in the top 10 are hundreds and hundreds of dollars. They come with great resorts. But Bethpage, anyone can play. You
public
can go
course.
out there. It's a public course, which makes it even more amazing. But it's a place where golfers, and for real bad golfers like me, we look at it and say, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to camp out here because some of the holes you need binoculars just to see the hole where you're going.
Yes.
Much less hit that little ball and get it in the hole.
It's true. Well, we were very proud. Our good friends, the O'Haras, came out and they golfed, was it a 77, 79, and 80?
Oh my God.
Impressive.
See, I do that on 2 or 3 holes, 78, 79, or 80. I can do that. Then we go the other holes.
Yes. I do that at a driving range.
There you go.
Well, one thing I know, so, I'm still relatively new here, and I can tell you when we first got here, there's so much around here that it was hard to figure out, where are the places? You can Google an ice cream shop or whatever. But it sounds like you guys are really making sure that people can find stuff easily. Can we talk a little bit about that?
That's such a good call, and thank you. And I'm going to quiz you on the site afterwards to see what you're going to do. But we have exactly that on the blog. We try to curate day trips, weekend trips. We also have itineraries on the site. One of our favorites, there's a rum runner itinerary, so a one-day rum runner tour.
What does that mean?
So this area was, during... I'm trying to think. Actually, you got the 3 boys. It's Pirates.
Oh, nice.
Anchored around Freeport, and it is so cool, and we're so excited to try that one. And so that's exactly what we've tried to do is really curate the experiences so you're not driving around or Googling around or walking around saying, what next?
Yeah.
We've got Gatsby tours. I know that's huge, and Gilded Age tours. We've got the Rum Runner tours. We've got gardens and... Gosh, there's so many based on interests. And, we hope that helps people fill the day. So they're not just going to one spot and saying, oh, okay, that was fun. Now what? And driving around looking for a place to eat.
Yeah.
So and they're divided up, there's daycations, there's staycations, 2 nights, 3 nights, 5 nights, however long you're staying, so you can really kind of customize your trip.
Now, Jamie, you've been taking care of the eaters like me and the little kids like Stacey's taking care of. But what about businesses and corporate events? Are there places you'd recommend or suggest on Long Island where they could take their group out for a day, really have some fun, and do a little bonding?
100%. It's a great place to be a business. We launched here 12 years ago, and now we're working with the county, and it's fantastic. Again, I'd be remiss not to shout out to Garden City Hotel. They hosted our team this past weekend, have incredible facilities for corporate events from 5 people to 500 people. And one of my teammates said this, and I thought it was such a funny but relatable comment. She said, when you are here, everyone is a bride. You are really, it's such exceptional service. So definitely a great place. If you need something bigger or even not bigger, the Marriott, right here in Uniondale has huge spaces. I think they can accommodate up to 1,000 in a conference room. But what's neat there is they have multiple spaces. So if you are planning a conference or a bigger expo, a trade show, they can have multiple spaces set up so folks can move around. And it is a very, very big hotel, so people can also very easily stay on the premises. They can accommodate a lot of people. You get the best of
all worlds. If you go to something right there, you have the Coliseum, you have the aviation over here. There's so much, literally within walking distance, but if you want to take a car for 3 or 4 blocks, It's great.
It's so easy. That's a great location. Garden City, you can walk. My team was walking all over to Smokehouse and all kinds of different places. That's a great spot. The other spot that I would encourage people to consider, I am desperate to do something there. I just have to find something. Museum Row. Those museums host the coolest events.
Oh, I love those museums.
Yes. And they have huge spaces. I mean, imagine doing an event in the Cradle of Aviation Museum after hours.
That would be amazing.
So cool.
Right.
So, and that's, the tip of the iceberg, but there's just so many places to do events here. If you're looking for something outdoor, Eisenhower Park, it's bigger than Central Park. There's the Lannon over there is beautiful. We were just attended an event there. It's, and again, the county is so excited to welcome groups in that it's so easy. It's easy to get here. We've got 2 regional airports, of course, LaGuardia and JFK, and then the restaurants, the facilities. But I encourage people, too, to think outside the box. Again, the museums and the Tillis Center at LIU, there's so many spots kind of a little unconventional to host your teams.
And as you said, that Eisenhower Park, it's so close. And I often thought if I lived someplace else, I'd say, gee, I wish we had an Eisenhower Park in our neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
You have 3 golf courses. You have ball fields. You can picnic, even small groups, church
groups.
Maybe
pickleball
clubs.
Coming.
Yeah. Just set up there. There's miniature golf. I think there's roller skating. There's the batting cage. What is it? A driving range. And the prices of the golf are extremely reasonable. Perhaps the only thing on Long Island that is extremely reasonable. But no, they're very fair and they're good to seniors. I got to say that. They're good
that's
to
great.
Seniors,
yeah. So. Well, I'm going to take a minute to remind everyone that you're listening to My Hometown on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm Stacy Raine here with Bill Horan, and today we are talking about Nassau County Tourism, where they tell us there is always more to explore. Our guest is Jaime Hollander, the owner and managing director of RRDA, the advertising agency that oversees Nassau County Tourism. And I'm telling you, this website to me just feels like a gold mine because just figuring out what our family wants to do, what your family is doing, is just getting out and doing something every weekend, even if it's small or big, it doesn't really matter. But your website just seems like the source of how to find stuff to do. This campaign that you guys are doing and the More to Explore, did you guys partner with U.S. Coachways on that?
We did. That's so funny. I was just looking at photos of the bus before I came over. I was very excited. Yes. So during the summers, we are partnering with U.S. Coachways, and we are running shuttles from the city to different spots in Nassau County.
Oh, fun.
And we, we wanted it to be very affordable. We wanted it to be very quick. Nobody wants to sit in Hampton's traffic for 6 hours.
Right.
So we're going direct from Midtown to different spots. You can check out on NassauCountyTourism.com. You will see a link right on the homepage to where we're going every weekend this summer. Some of the spots, Long Beach, Jones Beach, the Jones Beach concerts. Got to talk about those.
Yeah.
Americana, which is incredible shopping, right on Northern Boulevard. So there's tons of restaurants. We're looking at Sagamore Hill, of course, Museum Row, the Tillis Center. So if you check it out every weekend, very low cost. We have family packages. So it's a great way to get out if you don't have a car.
Yeah.
Especially, even if you do and you just don't want to drive. And it's round trip. It's full day. Lots of great stops. And we've made it really easy by bundling in things like beach passes and chair and umbrella rentals. We want people to be able to just grab their sunglasses and their wallet and hop on the bus.
This is getting better and better.
I know. I feel like she's thought of everything.
We keep joking, frictionless. We want it to be very easy for people to come and check it all out.
It really is, and it's something, now that you're saying it, my grandson is coming in a week or so, and I'm marking all these things down because I'm going to say to his mom, which one do you want to try?
There's so much.
Or maybe we'll hit 2 in a day, etc.
Yeah.
Now, I see on here that you have rules about picnicking, and you tell people how to picnic properly, and since I'm into food, start telling us.
Yes, I know. So the county, there are some picnicking. There's permits and things like that for depending on where you're going. But, again, the county makes it super, super easy. We were just at Cedar Creek Park and there's barbecues, there's grills. You can sign up for those. Some parks are first come, first serve. definitely check out NassauCountyNY.gov, and you can get if there's any permitting needs. But a lot of places there aren't. My local Tappan Beach, we went the other night and we were like, what is going on here? Did we miss something? And it was just people eating dinner on the beach.
Yeah.
Which was great. So definitely, for some of the grill rentals, or not rentals, the grill permits and things like that, I would check it out. But a lot are just very open to the public.
And that's one of those fun family experiences that sometimes we don't have time for today. The kids are playing soccer, dad is going to take a course, mama's doing something else. And now we have the time to do this, and we have this beautiful area around here. And like you say, the parks, even with the barbecues right there, so you don't even have to bring one or go to the trouble of putting that in the car, et cetera, et cetera. I guess just bring a little coal or maybe get it there. And
the other one we love too, when you're going to, and I think one thing, I've got 2 kids, but we always have to remind ourselves, like you said, it doesn't have to be an 8-hour thing.
Right.
We can just grab some sandwiches and go sit at Tappan.
Yeah.
Not everything. Sometimes the best memories are a little more spontaneous and don't need to be a trip to Disney.
Right.
There's so much to enjoy. One of the things we've loved to do is, and I know I mentioned Schultz's in Bayville, they do buckets, and you pour in the bottle of beer or some wine or some broth, put it on the grill, and it's like a clam bake in a bucket. I mean,
oh, wow.
How easy is that? We've done that. It's just, there's, again, not everything has to be huge and over the top. To have fun and make those memories.
Yeah, and just to get out and about and explore Nassau County. There's so much here.
There is a ton.
Now, before we conclude,
is
there a website? We've been having so much fun learning all about the foods and the events, but anything else, a website, where we should go, what you can tell us about?
So the website is NassauCountyTourism.com. You will see the big More to Explore at the top. Definitely check it out. You will see right on the homepage the itineraries, links to the different blogs, the different recommended trips. We've got great offers, discounts all the time, and just lots to do. We've got an event calendar, so you can really stay on top of everything that's going on. You can book your bus tickets. So definitely check it out. It's updated more than my team wants it to be updated pretty much daily.
Yeah.
So you
such
said
a
the
resource.
2 magic terms, food and discounts.
Yes.
If the 2 of them are in that same sentence,
you are hooked up.
And I have to say, Jamie, you're a fantastic representative because you've got us both excited about it.
Yeah, we've got
I think our director already left the studio.
He's at Manny's.
He's going to be first online, so he's going to get the ice cream. But we want to thank you. We want our audience to know that our guest today has been Jaime Hollander. She's the owner and managing director of RRDA Ad Agency. They are the ad agency for the Nassau County Tourism. So if you want to know things about tourism, this is the person to talk to, Jaime Hollander.
NassauCountyTourism.com. Check it out.
Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
We want our audience to know that I'm Bill Horan. I'm here with Stacy Raine, and we appreciate you listening to this week's episode of My Hometown.
We like to get your feedback on My Hometown. Send your comments to WHPC@ncc.edu. Nassau Community College, where success starts and continues. Till next time, this is Bill St. James. And remember, there's no town like your hometown.